everyone, and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena, and where is the Mara? Oh, you're here. He was hiding behind a cake of yarn. Yeah, hello! We are back to Switzerland, and my trip happened yesterday evening, so I'm just really freshly back. This is episode 25, and it makes me pretty excited that I got to 25 episodes already. Wow, that's pretty awesome for me. I know there are some people also celebrating their 200th episode. Hi, Kristen. But yeah, for me it's a pretty nice thing to be happening, and it is Wednesday, July 13th of 2016, and it's raining outside. I have a feeling that this year the weather is much worse in Switzerland than in Poland, whereas usually it used to be actually the opposite. But well, what can you do? If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you back. And if you're a new viewer, I will make myself smarter for you. Just joking, no. I'm making myself smarter for all of you. Anyway, it's a knitting, spinning and dyeing podcast, and usually in Switzerland, in a small town of Adliswil near Zurich. I live here with my husband and our 2-year-old son. And yes, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under my full name, which is Magdalena Wolff with double F. And we have a Ravelry group of our podcast. There is always a thread for each episode, so you can comment either there or on here on YouTube below the video. And in the video description there are always my show notes. And if you enjoy my show, please subscribe, because this way you won't miss any updates. I wanted to show you, not in the picture, but on me this time, my Feel the Smell number 2, which I really enjoyed knitting and blocking. It blocks so beautifully, really. The pattern is by Kristen from Wool & Vine Yarns and Yarngasm podcast. And the yarn is my hand-dyed yarn, Wolff&Schafe Howl, on Howl base, which is a blend of merino and tussar silk. And as I always say, the color is in fact cooler than it looks on the camera. And I still haven't hidden the ends, because I just wanted to show this to you like in person. This is the end that I started knitting with, and then this is the end that I finished knitting with. So yes, this took exactly 1 skein of yarn, 100 grams. And I was pretty stressed by the end, but yay, I managed. And I'm very, very pleased with the results. So yes, I have another finished object. Really, can you believe it? Oh, come here. My fine and dandy socks. How awesome, I'm finally done with them. Really, I got a bit impatient with them by the end. I really wanted just to finish it. I don't know, but as I said before, I did as I planned, so I stopped doing the flower pattern when I started the Fish Lips Kiss Heel, and then I followed only with stockinette stitch. and then they just flew off my needles. Just, and yeah, I have really finished them just yesterday in a taxi to the airport in Warsaw. So that's why I came back from Warsaw here yesterday late in the evening. So my ends are still dangling here. But yeah, it's Fine and Dandy Socks by the Sweater Co. And the yarns are as follows. The contrasting color is Cascade yarn sock in dark plum colorway, and my main color was Wolff&Schafe Footprint, which is 2-ply high twist sock yarn. I would say it's more of a light fingering than the regular just fingering yarn. And I must admit that probably it was not the best idea to use this colorway with this pattern, because I chose it because I love the combination of these colors. Okay, because it so happens that this color appears through here, and I thought I love how they look together. But then, and I just really wanted to use this yarn. I really wanted to try and knit with this colorway. It's my Rusalka colorway, which I really like. And that's why I got tempted, because I saw some other knitters using variegated yarn for this pattern, and I thought it looked quite good, but I think this colorway is just too busy, because the flowers get completely gone. But then again, I enjoyed knitting with this yarn, and the stockinette part, it was just pure pleasure. And I used my 2.5mm Chow glues on this long cable of 120 centimeters, which is 47 inches around, and 2.5mm is 1.5 US size. Yay, I'm getting so much better in the US sizes and inches. That's incredible. So anyway, I'm happy. They are done. They are pretty, even though the pattern gets lost. But yeah, I have a new pair of socks, and the next pair of socks will probably be because I have, well, this was my contrasting color, and I was planning from the start to use it for the second pair of socks for my grandma. I didn't fix the camera again. Okay. I just forgot. And so probably that's the next pair of socks I will be casting on. And this is how much I have left of my Rusalka. I think easily another pair of socks, maybe with contrasting, again with contrasting toes, heels and cuffs. But we will see. For now, I want to knit with something else, like something new. Okay, so these are my finished objects, but I did also some progress on my unfinished projects. And this is my almost undying project. Mira by Justyna Lorkowska, and I'm getting to the end, really. I I think last week I showed you that I started the sleeves, so because these are 2 at a time, you don't really see the progress. But yeah, I knitted this much, and I knitted on the sleeves basically only one on one knitting meeting last Sunday in Warsaw. Hi girls, it was great to see you again. Yeah, so anyway, I had a really nice time in Warsaw on our knitting meetup in a cafe that I particularly like, and I have actually started the tradition of Warsaw knitters meeting there, because once I was in Warsaw, I organized it there and the girls liked the place, so I learned afterwards that they are meeting there regularly now. So yay, awesome! And it's not a place like from any chain, it's just an original one and only, a very special place that I really like, and it has the atmosphere of old Warsaw. There are old black and white pictures of Warsaw, how it looked like before the war, before it was completely destroyed, basically. So yeah, it's a really nice place, and it doesn't charge you for just being a famous chain. Because previously, when I met with my friend Agata, we went to one cafe that belongs to a chain, and the prices were really high, and I kid you not, I drank the worst tea of my life there. I know that they specialize in coffee, but as a person who never drinks coffee because I simply do not like it, I have to choose something else. And yeah, I ordered an Earl Grey tea, and it was just so bad, so bad, that I did not finish it. Even, even tea on the plane, which is obviously not good, was not that bad. So you can just imagine. But anyway, back to my knitting. I'm pretty excited that it will soon be completed. And again, the yarn is Malabrigo Mechita in Sirenas colorway. I think it has a funny number, it's like 888 or something, correct me if I'm wrong. And I love this colorway, all those blues, like cobalt blues and pale blues and teals and suggestions of fresh green here and there. It's just lovely and beautiful. So I have, as I mentioned before, I have the body complete and finished, and yeah, even with the collar in ribbing closed with a tubular bind off, which I find really pretty but really time consuming. What can you do? And yes, and the sleeves. I'm still not sure whether I will make sleeves like full sleeves, or maybe half sleeves, or maybe 3/4. I will see how much yarn I will have left, but it seems that I still have pretty much left, so yeah, we will find out. And I'm knitting on a long 120 centimeter cable, and my Knit Pro metal interchangeables, which are 3.75 millimeters, and for the ribbons, like the cuffs, the collar, and the bottom of the sweater, I used 3.5, because I think the pattern calls for, what Oh yeah, it calls I think for 3.25 and 3.5, but I'm knitting on bigger needles. I suppose, yeah, it was something like that. So yay, my Mira will be finally completed, and even before the end of summer when I won't be wearing it. Oh yeah, Magdalena, yes, this is all your weird humor. Forgive me. Dear viewers, forgive me. Okay, so my last project to show you is a project that I knitted exclusively on the plane yesterday. So there's no huge growth in it, but yeah, it was very nice. I was flying alone without my son because he's staying for a bit of holidays with my parents. So I was completely relaxed during that trip, and I just knitted away. So here you can see that it is not much, but the shawl is getting, with every row, it's getting wider, so there are more stitches to knit. But yes, there are, I think, yes, six sections divided by this little garter part, and I'm on the fourth section of raindrops, and I started thinking, would that be possible to make just one section less than in the pattern? I suppose it would mess up the applied border pattern, but I'm expecting. Please tell me if I'm wrong, because yeah, it would not be good if I were. But I could just, with the pattern of the border, I could just not complete one of the segments, and because my concerns are two. First of all, I heard that some people did not manage to knit to complete the shawl with only 100 grams of each color. This is one of my concerns, and I would like to avoid it for obvious reasons. But the other reason is that I'm actually not a huge fan of very big shawls. And that is because I find them not convenient to wear. I feel like I'm covered in a blanket or something if I have a really large shawl on me, like for example the beautiful Buccaneer shawl, also by Justyna Lorkowska. Yeah, this is Ashling by Justyna Lorkowska. Did I say it? I don't know. I think I did not get enough sleep after the trip. So I'm a bit strange today. I apologize. So I thought that maybe I could make a smaller version of Ashling, and it would not only save me the trouble of dyeing more yarn in the same colorway, but also making it more wearable for me. Because I know some of my friends, they just love huge shawls, and it makes them happy to have all those layers around them. But for me, one skein shawl is usually a perfect solution. So I'm just thinking about it, and I will see what happens. The needles I'm using, they are again my Knit Pro interchangeables. I suppose it's 3.5 millimeters, which is US 4. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. And yes, about the my trip, like at the airport, you get through the personal control part, which is often really ridiculous, but yeah, what can we do? And I used to be very worried that I won't be able to take needles on board, but then I talked to my friend who flies a lot from Canada to Switzerland, and I think also she flew to France and to the States. My friend had problems only when she asked if she's allowed to bring the needles, and if not, nobody bothered at all. So I thought, hey, that's cool. And I also had concern because, as you know, Aisling has these two colors going on, and then you need something to cut the yarn, and vision of me trying to, I don't know, bite through the yarn on the plane was not very tempting. So I thought maybe nobody would mind if I had teeny tiny, not really sharp, octopus shaped come here, scissors, because I mean seriously, you can't hurt anyone with this unless you poke them in the eye, but you can do it with just anything. so yeah, I just thought I will try and smuggle another tool for my knitting, and nobody had any problems with it. And mind you, I was a bit surprised during the control, because the guy there told me to take out of my backpack even my mobile phones. Because I usually, if they ask me, do you have any electronics, I say, well, I only have my mobile phone. And they said, oh yeah, okay, that's okay, don't take it out. So I didn't take it out this time either. And the guy said, oh, if you have a mobile phone, take it out. And do you have any cables? Like, you know, not knitting cables, of course, but yeah, any cables. And I was like, yeah, I have this device for loading my battery in my mobile phone. And he said, take it out. Take out your watch. Okay, this with the watch, I happened to see that it happened to people, but I don't think, maybe once to me. I fly a lot. So yeah, even the cable for my mobile phone, I was just, what's happening? And then I just did not mention that I have knitting needles and these scissors. And the other person who was, you know, controlling it on the screen did not mind at all. So yay me! I didn't have to get rid of my knitting for the flight. And I don't know why it was so. We had the NATO summit last weekend in Warsaw, so maybe the security got, I don't know, they decided they have to do more now, and yeah, and control cables too. But anyway, it seems it's okay to bring these on, and yeah, it's really nothing you could do any harm to anyone. Of course, the forks in business class, I think, are even more like sharper than this. So yes, so that was my little success, because I really wanted to enjoy the rare occasion when I was alone on the plane and I could just listen to an audiobook and knit away. And this happened, so it was awesome. For the record, you only fly around 2 hours from Warsaw to Zurich. It's not far away, but still. And I was listening to Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. It's the last book from Harry Potter series, and I was enjoying it so much. I know that the atmosphere is already quite gloomy and deaths happen there, but still there were so many funny moments that I was just giggling, and people on the plane were like, what's she doing? And I was like knitting and okay, so yeah, this was my knitting. And now we can advance to spinning. So I showed you last week my hand-dyed Shetland fiber that I started to spin and that I really enjoy. Oh, excuse me. So yes, I'm very pleased with how it's turning out in spinning. There are those subtle colors, but there are also those like splashes of stronger color, and it looks just lovely. There is this really pale, yeah, I can show you the braid, tealish grey in some pinks and some purples. So this is the braid. And yeah, I just spun a little bit of it because I am much slower on the spindle. I am actually still a slow spinner, so no wonder. But it's very nice. It's a fiber that is really nice to spin. Some people even say that Shetland is their favorite breed of sheep for spinning. And yeah, this is how much I've spun this last week. Not that much. Oh, yesterday evening I just wanted to spin a bit on the project that I wanted to show you 2 weeks ago, but it turned out that I didn't take it with me. So this is on my Wolff spindle by Snyder Spindles. And I think I will try and spin a single that is fingering weight, because usually I spin thinner and then apply them together. But this time I'm trying to achieve single ply fingering weight yarn, and maybe to add it to my Cozy Memories blanket, because yes, I did not abandon the project. It's just a thing that I have decided that all of the squares in my blanket will be actually memories from my own knitting, meaning that I look at each square and I remember the project, the circumstances, everything that was with me while knitting, because I suppose that my blanket would grow much faster if I did some mini skeins, swaps, and you know, exchange with other people. But yeah, since I decided on different rules, for now I'm trying to stick to them. So I just need to finish some fingering weight yarn projects to have something to add to my blanket. So either knitting projects or spinning projects, because I already have one hand spun square in my blanket and I think it's pretty cool. But that one is 2-ply, and this one I'm planning to make single ply, and this is the Woolly Witch I think it's merino with some stellina and maybe some bamboo. And yes, and I only have this one raw lag. So because I just got it together with my order as, you know, a bonus. So it was very nice to have it, and I thought, oh, it would make a nice square. And it's, I think it's pumpkin latte colorway or something like that. And yeah, this is how it turns out. So yes, this is my wolf spindle, and oh, I'm so happy I'm back to my dear kiwi that sits here with me. I missed it dearly. I really did. And I know I've shown this to you many times, but on the kiwi, maybe you can see it. Yes, you can. So on the kiwi, I have the second thin single to match this one. And I believe that when I ply them together, they will make a fingering weight yarn. More, give or take, more or less, something like that. And I'm close to that moment, which is exciting. So yay. And do I have? Okay, so I think for spinning this is it, and for dyeing yarn I have something to show you. So last week I drew the prize for our shawl along, and Barbara from Knitting I Love won the prize, which was one skein of Wolff&Schafe yarn on either Paw or Belladonna base. And she was also allowed to choose any of my repeatable colorways. So she chose Belladonna base, which is 80% merino, 10% nylon and 10% cashmere blend. And she chose a colorway that I personally really love. I really love this colorway. So this is Turquoise Cave. Maybe I should keep the camera on this level. I'm still trying to master this device. Really. I apologize if things go weird sometimes, but I'm trying. So anyway, this is Turquoise Cave that I imagined as, yeah, as a turquoise in a cave, you know, on some wall where you can also have some traces, for example, I don't know, of copper or some other metal, and it's dark in the cave, so and there are like stone walls of the cave, and then the turquoise appears somewhere there. So that was my idea for this colorway, and I must admit I really really like it myself. I'm sure I will, in near future, I will probably try and knit maybe a pair of socks on my from the yarn on my paw base. But anyway, it has those lovely rusty, golden rusty speckles here and there, and this deep gray that I really like and am proud of, because it's actually a product mostly of primaries. I did not use any black or gray dye, so yeah, I really really like it. So Barbara, I approve of your choice and I will send it as soon as possible to you. And before I went to Poland, I dyed, actually it's funny because I dyed some Turquoise Cave on my paw base. So this is it on my sock base, and I have also some Soul Society also on Belladonna, and I have a special one skein edition of rose quartz in ice in a more vivid version. So this one also will soon be in the shop. And I know that last week I told you that I will put the fiber that I have dyed to the shop, but then I realized that in my parents' house I did not have a really precise scales that I could weigh, and then in the description of the product write how many grams exactly it has. So yeah, I will have to do it while I'm here, and only after that I can put the fibers to the shop. So anyway, if you're interested, stay put, stay tuned for that. And I have one other fiber to show you. I really love it. I really love it. It's Polworth. And I wanted something not the same but similar to the one that I grabbed for myself that I started spinning, this Shetland. So I did, it's basically, yeah, the base of the colorway is subtle, but then you get those darker spots that are so nice while spinning. When you spin it and then all of a sudden you get the strong color, it's really nice. So the like the background is more or less pale blue and pale teal, but you also get strong purples and sometimes even some more reddish orange splashes. So I had a great fun dyeing this, and yay, this will be in the shop once I weigh everything and make nice pictures. I hope I will be able to do it tomorrow, because today I'm going out and it's also the weather. It's actually, I'm in a room with the light turned on because it's so gloomy and rainy outside. So yes, oh yeah, my little segment that happens from time to time, which is knitters or spinners on the screen. That I sometimes, when I watch something on, or I remember that I have seen it, I put into the episode. So just recently I have watched season 1 of Once Upon a Time. And this was mainly because of Kristen from Yarngasm, because she's making Yarn Club Once Upon a Time inspired. So I got interested simply, and I wanted to see what is it. And I mostly enjoyed this season. Well, I'm not sure whether I will continue, because I'm a bit worried that there are so many seasons, and in season 1 I got already a bit tired by the love story between like two of the main characters. Those of you who watched know what I mean. Who I mean, because it's yeah, I got a bit tired by them. We want to be together, but we can't be together, but we don't want to be together now. We want to be together, and like main villain was too evil for me. She was just, yeah, with every episode you got confirmation that she is evil, and I got annoyed by just the actress is beautiful, but whenever I saw her face I was just like, not her again. It's just So I don't know, those of you who watched next seasons, could you please tell me whether I should try to go on with the series or not, because well, all in all, I enjoyed the season 1 from the series, and of course I do think that Rumpelstiltskin completely stole the show. Like, he was the best. What can I say? He was the best. And I observed that it often happens with Scottish actors that they're really good. I don't know, I'm not aware, but maybe is there a really like good acting school there or something? But very often it so happens that Scottish actors are really somehow interesting, and their acting is really good. So yeah, Rumpelstiltskin from the fairy tale. According to the fairy tale, I knew the story before. He was able to spin gold from straw, like, you know, regular dry straw you get from the fields. And yes, he is spinning on the show. That's awesome, because first of all, usually you get female spinners, which is very cool and very historically accurate, I suppose. But yeah, it's a piece of like interesting thing to add. And yeah, he is spinning, and he's, in my opinion, he's the best character in the series. And so yeah, now you can watch him if you haven't.
Why do you spin so much? Sorry, it's just... you've spun straw into more gold than you could ever spend.
I like to watch the wind. Helps me forget.
Forget what?
I guess it worked.
So only last segment is left, and it's life. I just call it life, or my life. Last few days have been quite busy because I was preparing for my trip, like moving back to Switzerland and spending more time with my son, because I know I will miss him during these 2 weeks. But also this weekend, using the opportunity that our son will be safe with grandparents and we can be really free, we are planning a romantic weekend, and we are going to the French-spoken part of Switzerland near Lake Geneva. So yeah, I'm very excited, and I think it will be beautiful there. And for now, the weather forecast says that it will be sunny. So yeah, I can't wait. We really need to spend some time, like only the two of us. And of course, it's great to go somewhere as a family, but from time to time you really need to catch a breath in your relationship, I suppose. So I think this is it for today. I wish you a great week. Happy knitting, happy spinning, happy crafting, and we will see you next time. Yeah, bye!